live and direct from the new planet Earth. Where pandemics are plenty, but the girls are still pretty in fashionable dresses. You know what I'm talking about. Where ignorance is bliss. You ain't gotta give a damn about no code.
Tell me who unleashed our animal instinct. Why the op standing there tickle pink? Have a drink, walking them up liquor. Shot of poison, one thicker. Somebody got some explaining to do. And the classic man is a danger to you. And me too, tatted on my forehead. Go home, go to bed. I dress something we get this way come. When the family unit is overrun. When the structure is undone. Some new concoction. Now I walk softly and carry a big stick. Original gorilla in the midst.
Welcome back to another edition of the Franchise Podcast. I'm Joe Rigo. With me is my brother TQ.
Yep. Back in the building, back in America.
Yeah, because the reason why we've been gone so long is somebody says it's Gemini season, which means there's no show because he dips out of town and leaves me and Trish behind.
First of all, there was a conversation had before I began my gallivanting, right? Where I say, hey, Yusef, how about you come up with a way for us to do the show? I'll do the show from the boat. Whatever you want to do. You want to do StreamYard, you want to do OBS, you want to do whatever. What did I hear? Crickets.
Well,
I heard nothing. So
because it's your birthday. I'm not gonna bother you on your birthday. And then
I said before I left you could do that though.
But here's the thing though. You said that, but then it'll be, hey man, I got spotty service out here.
Hey,
was the service spotty?
It was absolutely spotty.
Okay, then it'd have been bad content because spotty service.
No. I could have worked it out to where I could have been where I needed to be for us to record the show. It's one thing, yes, I have been running around the islands, beaches, and boats. I have been drinking heavily. I have been being absolutely ridiculous. I do it every year this time.
Nobody's shocked.
But before I left, I did say,
you did.
These are my responsibilities. I would like for you to help me with it. And you, sir, did not. So what did I do? More rum.
You know what, though? Before we do anything with the show, I know it's late,
yeah.
But I know we already said happy birthday privately, but happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so much.
What I'm saying?
Thank you so much. Thanks to everybody for all of the birthday wishes. Let's see. The only people that didn't wish me happy birthday, I think, is Joe and Trish. Everybody else did, so thank y'all so much for all of your friendly.
Liar. He got texts from us. He got social media posts from us. Like, I don't do that for my kids. I do it for you. Trish do it for you.
Thank y'all so much.
This guy.
I'm talking trash.
Hey, you know who's talking trash, though?
Who that?
The Florida Panthers, because they get mollywopped by VGK. The Golden Knights, as of this show, have a 2-0 lead in the best of 7 series for the Stanley Cup. And they have outscored the Panthers 12-4. Kachuk has 3 10-minute majors in 2 games. Like, the dude is just, like, he's going nuts because the Golden Knights are showing why they are the best of what's left in the playoffs. And let's be real, they have the second best record in all the NHL behind the Boston Bruins. And credit Bruce Cassidy, because last year with the Golden Knights under DeBoer, they were soft. They just are trash. Let's just be real. But Cassidy brought a toughness, a grittiness back to what they had when Gallant was the head coach. And you see that now in the playoffs because they're not taking this. Jack Eichel, who got leveled on Monday night. Came out, but had been fighting every game, defending his teammates. And this is what you want from a guy that is a leader as well.
Speaking of Jack Eichel,
that man.
I mean, do you remember when they called him damaged goods? Oh, what did they get? This guy. Look what's happening now. The man's balling out of control.
Hey, I think the coolest thing for the playoffs, though, I watched the game last night with Adrian, and we were at Mandalay Bay, and they're skating. And Mark Stone breaks his stick, and he sees a dude from the Panthers, just hits him, dude falls, and claps. The equipment manager throws him a stick. He gets the puck, kicks it to a dude, and they score off the best freaking play in the playoffs. I thought it was amazing. And credit Aiden Hill.
Yeah,
Aiden Hill's playing lights out behind the net.
And the team seemed like they expected that from the time they got him. So, kudos, hats off. When will the parade be? Are we getting the parade Monday? because we winning the game up there?
I want to see.
I
think they lose the game, come back, win it at the Fortress. I think so. You know, look. I know one thing. I'll be there. Somebody may not. He may be going drinking more rum. I'm not gonna say no names.
It's still Gemini season, and there's no telling.
But I don't want to put the cart before the horse. Because the Golden Knights did when they played the Capitals.
Yeah,
went up 1-0 and ended up losing that.
Smashed.
Yeah,
right.
So I don't want to put the cart before the horse. I would love to see it happen.
This is a better team, though. I feel like
they're deeper.
Yes,
100%.
Exactly. They definitely are the deeper team, and I just love that they, like you said, they're just tougher. I feel like they softened up a bit. Like they came in like gangbusters, where they was just rough, just some rough riders.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden, it seemed like it went to some finesse, and now the rough riding is back. And I think that fits Vegas.
It does. The grittiness fits in. And the one thing that I noticed in this playoffs, and it's really cool. The atmosphere at T-Mobile is always dope in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But it's ratcheted up a little bit this season.
Yeah, it sounds like it from the broadcast. Like it's
when
crazy.
They say night during the national anthem, the whole place says it. I mean,
yeah.
And let me give you this PSA, folks. If you are not at a Golden Knight game, don't say night during the national anthem, please.
Hold on, Mr. PSA. They're not going to listen to you.
They still, it's tacky.
They don't care what you have to say about that. They're going to do it.
I'm not the only one that feels that way.
Listen, they're going to do it in other arenas.
Do it there.
They're going to do it at football games, basketball games. It could be one person way up in the 400 level. You're going to hear it. Night. I don't mind.
It'll be him.
I don't mind.
Yeah. He'll be on the sideline shooting. Night.
Thing is, in a couple of days, a week or so, this 6-year journey is going to be validated with a Stanley Cup.
Hey.
Book it.
You know what? The Aces.
Yeah, man. But come on, we knew. Come on.
Yeah.
Did we not know that this was going? This was the equivalent. I'm sorry. Sometimes life isn't fair. I talk a lot of trash when it's happening in the NBA, but it wasn't my team when it happened. Now it's my team. This is the equivalent of Kevin Durant going to join Golden State Warriors and winning those championships. It is unfair.
It's not unfair. Because New York has the same type of team. Yes, they do.
When it comes down to the playoffs, man, this team right here, this Aces team is built for the playoffs.
It's going to be them in New York.
Yeah, we'll see.
Vandersloot and Sabrina Ionesco and
you think they can beat? You think they can beat the Aces in a series?
No, I'm gonna ride with the Aces 9 times out of 10.
I'm asking your opinion of their chances, not against the rest of the league, but against the Aces.
No, I think the Aces win. But here's the reason why. They're deep. Look, you know this. I think Corey Clark, who was on American Idol, he's synonymous for having an affair with Paula Abdul on the show.
Yes.
His sister is Aisha Clark, now playing for the Aces.
Yes.
She is a starter on every team she's been on. She comes here to play off the bench.
Yes.
Then you have, Sydney Colston, who I think is the heartbeat of the team. What she does from a leadership standpoint and being the energizer bunny. You're starting 5. You get Candace Parker, and there's one of the 5 best women to ever play the game.
Man, I'm saying.
As manning the middle and bringing a calmness to the team, and actually helping, I think, Asia Wilson's game, and it's freeing up Kelsey Plum. Jackie Young is playing out of control.
Out of her mind.
And then the point guard, Chelsea Gray, man, look.
Unstoppable.
Man.
Unstoppable. Yeah, the Aces in New York, head and shoulders above the rest of the league, I believe. But Aces are head and shoulders above New York also. I think it's Aces and nobody else. And this is a run that the league is going to have to contend with for a couple of years. Get ready for a dynasty.
I don't know if Candace plays a couple of years. I don't know if Miss Parker plays because I think
this is it.
If they win, I could kind of see
won't come back.
What's left to prove?
Fun. What are you talking about? You know how fun it is playing for the Aces, man?
You know what?
Have you seen that place over there, man? You seen the new digs over there, man?
Oh,
did you catch that parade last year?
Did you see Anita Baker singing the national anthem?
I missed it.
Man.
I missed it.
You know how that got started, right?
No, what?
Sydney Colston.
Asked for her to sing
said,
it.
Auntie, I need you to come to a game. And she was like, I can't make it, but I'll come sing the national anthem opening night next year. And that's how it happened.
Bang.
Sid the Kid.
Nice.
And then at the end she signed some shoes for her backstage. She wore a Anita Baker shirt. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah, it was cool. Like I like what they got going on over there. Becky Hammon, look, I love the fact that she didn't take any NBA jobs to stay with the Aces. I know that Toronto.
Yeah, I wouldn't have bet on that.
Yeah, Toronto.
I thought she was gone.
Nah, I think I have a theory on this. I really have a theory on that she wins another title or two here, and then either whatever team comes here via expansion or relocation, she becomes their next head coach. That way she stays in the city because a lot like Mark Davis,
That makes sense.
She's become a fabric in the city of Las Vegas.
Agreed.
You know.
Agreed. I would like to see these back-to-back parades, man. Listen, I've said it before. I'm still upset about 2020.
Yeah.
Los Angeles owes us parades.
2 of them.
So if they don't want to give us parades, Vegas will give us our parades.
You know, the Lakers not having a parade, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I got into a debate with a couple people about this. They don't, in any sport, they don't consider a bubble championship. And I disagree. I think it was harder to win in the bubble than it is outside of it.
I believe that because it's the Lakers that won that championship, the hate is ratcheted up about 500 levels.
Just 500?
Yeah, because of just the overall jealousy and disdain that the rest of the league and the rest of the nation has for getting trashed by the Lakers 11 times since we've been born. That's a lot of losing, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot of watching somebody take what you felt like you could possibly get at the beginning of the season. It's sad. It's like, you know what it's like?
What's that?
You know how you hate me so much because of San Francisco?
I don't hate you.
It's that type of thing. It's the type of...
Like you hate me for Green Bay.
No. When you're constantly losing to the same color over and over. You remember that commercial that We Hate You, Kobe, at the end of his career?
I love that.
It's that thing, man. It's still alive.
You know,
you guys are going to hate the Lakers for as long as you live. You're going to hate the Lakers because of when you were children, you lost to the Lakers more than you lost to anybody else. And that's just what it is.
You know, you brought up Kobe. I actually was watching something the other day on the Lakers channel. They had the birth of a dynasty.
Oh yeah, that was good.
And to see that whole thing, especially like I think everybody knew where you were Memorial Day weekend when they played the Trailblazers, and like I was at the game.
The alley-oop.
Yes,
yeah,
and to see all that and to see Kobe just kind of like laugh like we're good, don't worry.
Yeah.
It was just a calm. It was really cool. You know,
the Lakers had taken some lumps leading up to that though, and I don't think people credit the struggles that those couple of seasons, that was that maybe like 3 seasons before that, right? Where they just had all of these expectations and did not meet them.
No, first, second round exits.
Right.
Yeah.
So like that was like a culmination of a lot of hard work in the front office and on the court, man. So, you know, to get swept, like let's just go to current times now, right? We got swept. It was ugly. I believe that you was on this whole D'Angelo Russell thing when he first came.
Yeah.
I ain't really see it because he has a certain skill set. I think his skill set is very finesse, and I think it's streaky. If the shot isn't falling, it seems like he's just out there running around. And having to go up against a team like the Nuggets, I think we both agreed that the Lakers' transition defense,
sucked.
Their perimeter defense, they was able to hide behind it for most of the season. And I think that we got a glimpse of feeling a little comfortable about it against Golden State.
Yeah.
Because of the words Golden State. That's not the same Golden State that we've grown to know and love. They had some issues.
There's no love. I don't love anything about Golden State.
Okay, yeah, me either. I'm just saying, like that style of basketball is what everybody built their teams to try to play against, to try to defense. And the Lakers did a pretty good job of it, and I think that it gave us a false sense of security because we thought they could do the same with Denver. But Denver's preciseness in how they run their offense.
Well,
was the Achilles heels for the Lakers. And if you look at, like I said, I feel like Miami's ability or their Miami can win this series, can win the finals because of the reason why the Lakers lost to this team. Miami on defense does not slack.
No.
They do not, it's like they don't get tired. They are anal when it comes down to their switches, when it comes down to their sets, and nobody can stop Eric Spoelstra coming out of a timeout.
Well, here's the thing. I agree with that. In game one, you didn't see them talking through switches. There was a lot of like assumptions, like, okay, Squeeze got him. Last game, there was constant communication. But I think you're right. It starts with, if Spoelstra's there, it starts at the top of Pat Riley with his attention to detail and his analness about defense. And it trickles down to the leader of that team, Jimmy Butler.
It does.
Jimmy Butler is, if you can get a Jimmy Butler type player on your team, you're going to have something. I think that's what I think the Lakers don't have. They don't have that gritty, that guy that's willing to, you know what, I could score 20, but I'm going to stop you from scoring 20. You're going to score 16. That 4 points, I know my teammate going to make up for that 4 point.
I think that's ingrained in the Miami way.
It's the culture.
Yeah, it's their thing. With the Lakers, there just seem to be halfway, the legs weren't there because of the age, and that's LeBron and AD. And as well as Bron performed, he had to pull so deep to get those performances out, I think. And then they just fizzled out. The fast twitch just did not happen towards the end of the season. I think they started their playoffs so early in the season that maybe just played themselves out.
Do you think that, I mean, because it seems to be lack of defense and perimeter defense, transition defense, that's something that's plagued LeBron throughout his career on his teams. Now, we talk about culture. Is that a culture thing that involves LeBron? When you bring LeBron in, you know that your transition defense and your perimeter defense isn't going to be great. Now, your chase down, he'll chase somebody down. But overall, the defense is going to be in.
But is that because of the years of having all the responsibilities that LeBron had? Because going forward, if he's going to continue to have those kinds of responsibilities, the Lakers or whatever team he's on is going to lose.
Okay, he's not going anywhere.
That
Dallas rumor, it's impossible, first of all.
That's fine. I'm just saying regardless. Just if by chance he wants to come back as an old man, like at 70, right? He can't, ain't no way he going to have the workload that he's been having over the last couple of years. And even this year, if there was less of a workload on him, how much better would they have been in the
So what do the Lakers do? Like, I mean, you got questions with Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura. You
keep Austin Reeves, you keep Rui.
Really? Who runs your point? You bring a rookie in? You had a 16, 17 pick?
Kyrie Irving?
You can't. It's fiscally impossible.
Why?
Because Rui will make, you're going to have to move Beasley and Bamba.
They need to go.
Right, I agree. I mean, Beasley,
let him go.
But yeah, he didn't perform.
Let him go. D'Angelo, go. Goodbye.
Fred VanVleet?
No.
I mean,
Kyrie.
But Kyrie wants to stay. He's trying to bring everybody to Dallas.
No, Kyrie, we ain't coming to Dallas. Come to LA. We already talked about this. Stop with the madness. That's it. That's how y'all
I would love Kyrie there. I'm just
need Kyrie, man.
You know, but still, okay. But realistically,
need Kyrie for a championship. Do you understand this? This is the way we're going to get a championship.
I'm just
Kyrie
saying,
Irving to Los Angeles.
I'm just saying, realistically, what do? You bring back Rui and Austin Reeves, okay, but who's running your point?
Kyrie.
I said
realistically get Kyrie Irving.
So
you realistically have a shot at a championship.
He is going to lose 12 to 14 million if he comes to LA, and that doesn't include the state sales tax versus Dallas.
He can get it back. He can get it back in Los Angeles, man. You know he can get it back in Los Angeles. You know he can, man. Kyrie got a production company, don't he? Kyrie did damn good as the
old
Uncle
man.
Drew, man.
Yeah, Uncle Drew was great.
Come on, man.
Uncle Drew was great.
Kyrie would be fine, bro. It ain't nothing but a little $12 million, man. You can get that up the streets.
I tell Kyrie, if you're gonna throw away $12 million Franchise Sports Media.
We're an outlet for throwing away 12 million.
So help us help you. Speaking of throwing away money, right? The Oakland A's are trying to move to Vegas, and Monday night there was no resolution in sight for a stadium. They want $380 million from state money, right? Yeah. And I have a theory on this. Now I don't know it to be true, but no.
Theories by Joe Arrigo.
Look, I think it's...
Bro, don't get us banned.
I'm not.
Don't get us banned.
I'm not.
All right.
Well, I don't ever get us banned.
All right, just, I have to throw it out there for you.
So, everybody knows...
Don't say nothing crazy. Don't get us banned.
I am saying factual things right here, okay? Cool. That is literally in media, print media that I broke. Here he goes praying. So when the Raiders were moving to Las Vegas, I covered that thing nuts to bolts, whatever. And part of that, the reason they moved was because of the lack of funds they were getting from the Oakland Alameda County Stadium. Mm-hmm. The Raiders are only getting their tickets and their digital advertising. Mm. The A's were getting the parking, the concessions, the billboards, everything. And that, in a way, with the lack of renovations, forced Mark Davis's hand to push them out of the stadium. And Fisher was the owner of the A's, still is. And there's no love lost between him and Mark Davis at all.
Makes sense.
So Mark, again, this happened in 2015. They started surveying. 2016, they announced. 2017, it was approved. It was a year and a half in the making where Mark, from the game plan, this is how we got to do it, to working with the legislature, working with local and state, officials, local and state businesses, like all of that, he had to, and it took time. Him, Mark Bedane did a phenomenal job. Jeremy Aguayu, who's now helping the A's as well as a consultant, but they all did this, and it took time. The A's, from March until now we're in June, we want $380 million, and in that time frame, there's 2 or 3 different sites. They want $500 million. Okay, we'll do 350. Well, we can settle at 380. Mm-hmm. Like, the Tropicana already told employees, you got 20 months, and we're shutting down because we're going to build the stadium.
Right.
And the stadium is not being built. They haven't got the money yet. So what I think happened, Steve Fisher don't have the ties to the city. Mark Davis is Mr. Las Vegas right now. When you bring a championship with the A's, the Raiders are the Aces, excuse me, Mark, sorry. You bring a championship with the Aces. You bring you bring the Raiders here and you do phenomenal work and bring in not just having, Allegiant Stadium, the Death Star field, but you're bringing concerts, you're bringing soccer matches.
You're bringing Caleb Williams next year.
You're doing all of this, and what you're doing locally as well, how you're giving back, again, winning with the Aces. Mark Davis has ingrained himself in the city of Las Vegas and the state of Nevada. I wouldn't be surprised if he's kind of told some legislators, do your homework on him. Do your homework on this guy. Because everywhere he's gone, look at the Gap. The Gap, and he's not doing well under his leadership. He's the heir to the Gap fortune. Look at Oakland Coliseum. They went through how many different stadium sites? They weren't able to get anything done. We weren't because of him. He couldn't get his own deal done. I tend to think that Mark is like, do your homework. And this guy has no ties to anybody in the city or the state. Mark does. Why? And why would Mark want him here? After all the dirt he threw on Mark and Raider Nation, how he did you, Raider Nation? You want that cat having the A's in Vegas? Man, please. I think it's a hell nah.
That might be the case, but does Mark have the power to prevent it? I don't think so. I think
you underestimate him.
I don't think it's about an underestimation. I think it's about this is still one of the fastest growing cities in America. It's definitely the fastest growing sports city in America. And the Raiders flipped the books over that time that you said.
Oh, yeah.
The Raiders flipped the books.
From 31st in value to top 5, I mean.
Yeah, man. So, I think that's the driving force. And then you look at what has it done for the economy of the city? What has sports done for the economy of the city since the Golden Knights showed up? Those are the tangibles. The answers for whether that stadium gets built and the A's get relocated are in those numbers. And I feel like those numbers are favorable for the A's. Those numbers are favorable for the city. Really? But in a time where the politics have changed, this whole taxpayer word, that's flipped from one side of thinking to the other. That's the biggest roadblock, and that can be used as propaganda and a marketing tactic for policy based on this move happening or not happening.
So
that's what I believe.
I actually have the solution. If I'm going to bring up a problem, I try to have a solution.
Okay.
In all cases. A's, I'm going to tell you what you do. Rob Manfred, the commissioner of Major League Baseball, move them to Sacramento. Keep them in the Bay Area.
Why?
Because you put an expansion team in Las Vegas.
I mean,
Right there.
I honestly, listen, man, my whole life I've hated the A's. I'm a Dodger fan.
I'm with you.
So,
but shout out Dave Stewart. Love you, brother.
I would love for us to have a baseball team that is not the A's. So I like that idea. But at the same time, I want Major League Baseball in the city. I want to travel outside of Las Vegas and be considered a bona fide sports media market. And in order to do that, in order to place ourselves with the big boys, we need all the sports, man. We need MLS here, we need MLB here, and we need the NBA here.
Well, NBA's
I'm all
coming.
for it.
NBA's coming. I think that we'll see Seattle and Vegas get teams in the next 2 years.
I agree.
And then with baseball, I say this, I say what I said about the solution. I think the A's are coming. I think they're going to figure out a way to get it done. It's way too far down the road.
And it's going to be profitable for them.
Yeah.
It just is. And it's like, what baseball stadium is constantly full for 100 and however many games?
Here's
it ain't gonna happen nowhere. Yankees. That's it.
Yeah. Look, here's my thing with that though, bro. Like honestly, the Aviators are outdrawing the A's, and
you know what? When is the last time you've been to the Coliseum in Oakland, bro?
Oh, it's been years.
The Aviator Stadium is head and shoulders. I believe that the A's players would love to play in that stadium in Summerlin.
Oh, they probably do.
As opposed to what they're playing in up there. Because it's in shambles, man. Like, it is an embarrassment and it's a disgrace. They've got Coca-Cola cups duct taped to the ceiling
For stopping leaks.
to stop the leaks.
They got possums
It ain't rain, man. So where the leaks coming from? If it ain't raining, what's leaking? Man, I've been at the A's game, bro, where it was literally poop and pee-pee floating down the damn concourse, man.
Oh, you sound like an old man.
Listen,
Poop and pee-pee.
It is terrible.
No, they have possums in they literally the visiting broadcast teams this year.
Yeah.
To start the year could not come because they had a family of possums in the visiting broadcast.
My God. You see what I'm saying?
Like
So,
that's my point. Like why do you want that owner here?
I don't
like
think
it's not. No, it is.
No, it's not. I'm not saying it's not about him. What I'm saying is that is not going to happen here.
No, because
Dude, so
Vegas
look
won't
at the-
allow it to happen.
and
Well,
not only that-
Cashman Field and you know T-Mobile, like they gotta do some upgrades to T-Mobile. Like let's be real. And Sam Boyd, God, I love the old lady. Before she went down, they laid her to rest. There was some things like they have let some stadiums here just like okay,
What has happened at Sam Boyd of note at any point during our lives? Nothing. What has happened at T-Mobile of note?
There's some
What's
concerts.
going to happen at T-Mobile of note is going to happen this year. It's going to be the first time. The only thing that's happened of note out here in Las Vegas that means anything to the whole scheme is the Aces winning their championship.
But my point was, I look at markets like smaller markets, because this would be considered a smaller market in Major League Baseball scale. I look at markets like Tampa Bay, in Washington, in D.C.
It's something you're leaving out.
They don't show up. Miami, they don't show up. There's
Leaving out.
too much to do. I hear
There's
you.
not enough flights landing full of people coming from somewhere else because they want to be on that street so that they can gamble. You got to put that part in. The reason why this works in this city, the way it's worked, is because of all the other things within the vicinity. It's because of what the city is before sports even came here. That's the point. The point is gambling, man. The point is going to the strip and spending your money. Get your arena as close to the strip as you possibly can get it and watch your money roll in. You know who's making money? The Raiders, the Golden Knights, the Aces. All these teams are making money. That's what it's about. This whole taxpayer thing, this is a political ploy. This is a political battleground. It's not about money being made or not being made. If the A's come from Oakland to Las Vegas, they immediately get profitable. They immediately turn the books over, just like the compadres did, and that's the reason why I see it happening. Because it's jobs for the city, which is the other side of that political spectrum. We're getting ready to go into this whole election cycle again, so all of the BS is going to be all over the place again.
That's one of the worst things about living in Las Vegas. Every 2 years, you got the political process.
Oh my God, it's just terrible. So this is going to be a battling point. It's going to be jobs for the city versus taxpayer money. It depends on who's going to spend the most money arguing which side. But I don't think either one of those is going to stop this move from happening because the A's have more information than the other teams did.
Yeah.
Because of the other teams.
Well, and Rob Manfred's already kind of said they're coming. Like, that's the other thing. But so, again, right now, as of the show, nothing's been agreed to. They still have to call a special session to see if they can agree to it. There is a gap. Last night, they weren't going to call one, and then something happened today. I think.
So they did call the special session?
No, something happened today where I think some wheels were greased a little bit, and because of that, they decided to make things happen, and I think there's going to be a special session within the next day or so. So I mean, we believe days are coming, but I have my reservations about it.
Yeah.
You know, it was while you're in Gemini season. I have to bring this up. There was something on Hulu called Dear Mama. It was a Tupac documentary.
Yes, sir.
You watch it?
I am on episode 3 or 4. No, the one that ends with Snoop asking if they going to Vegas and.
So that before the last one. Okay, so 4.
That's the one I'm on.
So, I got a chance to check it out, and it brought back a lot of memories, a lot of tears. And I took away something. I took away just the influence that Pac's mom had on him. And then it comes out the other day and I was blown away, and I didn't know this, and I was blown away by it. And I'm really offended by it, to be honest.
What?
That he's just now getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You got jokers, people that did something 2 years ago and they got a star, but Tupac, who was arguably the most influential artist in the history of hip hop, was a phenomenal thespian, didn't have a star on the Walk of Fame.
Well, I mean, if you pull back the curtain, there is a maintenance fee or of some sort involved with having your star on the Walk of Fame. And
the Kardashians have one. How did they have one before him?
Think about it. If there's a fee involved and the fee is astronomical, why would they have it before Tupac? Tupac's not here.
They can make a video.
Tupac's mom is not here. His estate is controlled by who knows? We don't know. We don't know what his take is on his publishing, how much his estate makes every year. You know how much Mama Kardashian make every year? You already know. You know, you know what I'm saying? So if there's some $200,000, $300,000 fee for having your star on the Walk of Fame and maintaining it, I think I can see why Pac's just now getting one. If that's the case, I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm just saying, like, there's a bit more to it than just a person's accolades. That's one part of it. I believe that he's probably been eligible to have that for a while.
He should have been eligible while he was alive.
Maybe he was. But if the price is astronomical and you ain't doing as well as Kim Kardashian, can you live without a star on the Walk of Fame until you can pay for it?
Man, look.
I mean, I don't know exactly how it works, but I did hear that there was a fee involved, and most of the time when you find yourself asking that question, why is this artist here and why this artist isn't? A lot of times it got to do with the money.
So that got me thinking about you. We should start a GoFundMe for a Squeeze a Star on the Walk of Fame. 200,000.
Point Clear, Alabama.
So, and staying in the entertainment industry, something tragic happened late last week. DC Youngfly, who you may know from Wildin' Out, very talented comedian, actor. His wife, Miss Jackie O, who actually went to Cal with DJ Campbell, who's the head coach of Centennial out here, one of my frat brothers.
Okay.
She passed away getting a mommy makeover. So I guess it's a tummy tuck and breast, like they raise the breast, I guess, whatever. And it's something that you talk about. You're very, we talk about privately, but you talk about it a lot on social media, and you have a very strong opinion about it. And I think it's only right that you share your opinion and maybe get the opinion of like not just yourself, but myself and men in general when it comes to this for the ladies.
I mean, man, I'm against it because of the risk involved, and for some reason I keep like running into it. First of all, like, my ex-girlfriend went through this. A lot of y'all follow her. A lot of y'all know her story already, and it still affects her. Like, we still friends. We still talk about it. It's this, and she's fine now. She's back to how she's supposed to be. Like, she had a surgery. The surgery was botched, and she had to go through years of surgeries to get herself back right, and it's still going through them. I got another friend who just got a breast job the right way, you know what I'm saying, and just hasn't been right since. She went to one of the most renowned doctors in the country, and her body's just rejecting it. There was a group of girls who I used to work out with, and they would bring these girls in the gym and train them, and the girls would come in and be yada, yada, and then within a couple of weeks, everything's gone. And so I was on the treadmill running next to them one day, and I'm like, yo, what are y'all, what's happening? I feel like y'all making them lose a little too much weight or something. So they're like laughing at me, and they say, no, we train girls that are about to get reductions and are getting their work undone to get them ready for surgery and get them rehabbed on the way back. Okay. And I noticed both of them, one of them had a scar here where she had her breast removed. Another one had the shots in her butt, and she said that it just, her body rejected it. I'm torn because as a man, the blame that we get for it, I feel, is unfair.
Agreed.
But at the same time, we're the men, man, who put here to lead. At a certain point, if they're killing themselves over it, I got to get out of my feelings and say, what is it that I can adjust? What is it that we could do as men to get them to stop feeling that way? The problem is, when you open this for discussion, there's so much vitriol coming back based on what they believe that we like, because we're hitting a like button on Instagram. And I feel like what I'm trying to explain is that it's the equivalent of the nudie books, man. You never saw me in my mom's in my bathroom where my dad had hid all his hustler books from my mom.
Man, don't bring Skip Rock in this.
I mean, you didn't have to say his name. You didn't have to say his name.
We'd have to tell the story.
I'm telling the story because it makes sense. Nobody's watching me do that. Right. I was liking TNA back then. Yeah. You was too.
Yeah.
We used to go into the 7-Eleven. We go back, hide in the back, grab one of the little books. No, take the thing off.
Oh yeah, you gotta take it out because it was.
Pull it out, right? Look at the book, put it back in, back on the shelf, upside down. Nobody knows anything.
Yeah.
We've been doing that for years.
Man.
They never knew we were doing it. Now there's a platform for them to see.
Multiple platforms.
Doing that. I look at a booty and it shakes. I look at a yitty and it shakes. And I'm like, woo, that'd be fun. Like, move to the next thing. I don't say that would be fun to bring home and marry, walk down the aisle with. That would be fun to love. That would be fun to introduce my mom and my family to.
Yeah,
and from what I hear women say, that's the way that they want to be looked at by men, right?
Right.
But we're not looking at Instagram like that.
No.
We're looking at Instagram like we're looking at Larry Flint's Hustler magazine.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in Hustler magazine. Please, fellas, they're watching what we're liking. I've tried to do better with liking the TNA and not liking the TNA. But I've destroyed my Instagram Explorer page. I've destroyed it for years from all of this liking the TNA. It's more TNA there than anything else. I'm trying to like the gorillas and the lions, the puppies, popping pimples, the whales. I'm trying to change it. It's changing very slowly. The TNA pops up 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times in a row. When I'm liking it, I'm not knowing that a woman is looking at what we're liking.
See, I think it goes to, people think perception is reality. When I think perception is deception. Because you don't really know what someone's thinking. They're perceived, they're trying to read your mind of what you really think.
But have you ever gotten in this conversation with a woman?
Yes.
And when you tell them the truth, what do they come
They
back
think
with?
you're lying.
Yeah, what
You're
is
lying.
that about?
They're lying. You really want to. And it's like, no. Like, I think someone's attractive. Look at me personally, and I see this a lot. Like the fake eyelashes, right?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't see what having eyelashes that look like this are attractive. I want to see your eyes.
Yeah.
Like
this is what I'm saying. I think this conversation that we're having right now and the way that we're having it offends women. Because a lot of women believe or say that they're not doing anything for us. They don't care about our opinions and they don't want to listen to our opinion. They're doing it for themselves. And then the next set says that we're the reason why they, you know what I'm saying? So there's
double
this,
negative.
I'm trying to figure out what we need to do because I don't want to see any more sisters dying. And when I say sisters, I just mean women, period. I hate that the pressure is so heavy that you feel like you have to take this kind of measure, whether it's to please yourself or to please us or whatever. So I'm just here for open discussion, man. If y'all can chime in the comments here.
I think
something gotta be done.
I think
bro.
The answer is you gotta learn to love yourself first.
Yeah, okay.
And you can say that, but no, it's simple. Like you have to.
Man, some folks don't seem to know how to do that, man.
Okay, but that's where you go seek help, or you try to find validation from the people that genuinely love you and care about you. You don't look for it on Instagram. People live, and men do it too. People live too much for Instagram, and their life is on Instagram. Oh, they see, TQ's here, TQ's there.
Yeah.
They don't know what TQ goes through on a daily.
Hey, damn sure.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, Joe's here. Joe's taking pictures with them. They don't know what we had to go through to get pictures with them.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying? So she's in this beach or she's doing this.
Yeah.
Like she's in Dubai. Well, go talk to some of the people that had to go or that went overseas, and the horror stories that they had. No matter how much they got paid, that they are psychologically damaged.
Yeah, man, and like it's the subject bothers me so much because it's come so close to home now, so many times over, that I'm just openly, constantly trying to have a conversation, whether it's with plastic surgeons or whether it's people who had it. The deepest conversation is with the husband that was against it in the beginning. And the wife just kept like she
changed her
needed
whole
it,
face,
and
everything.
the husband had to go with it, and now he's no longer attracted to his wife, and she's getting sick. So like it just can go. It goes in so many terrible directions. That is that one-off successful surgery that never has problems ever. Is it worth it rolling the dice to that level? So
part of what I do with our company, I'll pull the curtain back a little bit, is I'm the networking relationship person for us. And I went with Super James. He was DJing at Zillow at the Sahara Pool this past Sunday. So I went and talked to him because we're obviously working on some projects together, all of us. Not just me and James, but us. Right. When I say me, us, it's us and James.
Right.
So I'm sitting there and my neighbor Adrian's with me, right? You guys will get to know Adrian in a little bit too. You're going to love him. And a lady's there, and little Holly Berry, boomerang haircut, and you could tell she got her butt done. And whoever did it, it was done right, but it was hard. But you could tell it fit her body.
It or something?
No, you could just tell. It was just hard. with most butts, it's a little bit of jiggle. This was just like, you could bounce a quarter off it, it'll go. It'll look like that.
Yeah.
So, and I looked and I looked at Celeste and I said, like, my exact words were, I wish women would stop doing that.
Then I get a message from a woman who had a surgery because she needed to lose weight. It was affecting her health, and she was left with a bunch of skin.
And they gotta get that skin removed.
And her thing was, look, I felt worse
Skin
this way than I was before I lost the weight. And so she had to get some of that removed, and she feels all the more better for it. So my thing is, I'm not trying to like just lay out some cookie cutter generalization.
Right.
You know, I understand that there is a range of emotions, a range of reasons, and just a range of things surrounding this particular subject and the decision when women come to getting it done. I don't know the answers, man. All I'm saying, ladies, is I hate the risk. And if you guys are saying that it's something that we're doing that's causing you to take that risk, I just want to be able to stop it. So
talk to us.
Please talk to us. Tell us something. But at the same time, man, I'm a man, right? Don't come trying to attack my manhood. I'm gonna like TNA, period. As long as I live. The first thing that I met when I popped into the earth was what? A Yiddy, man. Just like you, just like all the rest of us. We can only do what we can do. You can't turn us into a different species. But at the same time, we don't have to be so blatant with it. We don't have to throw it out there in you guys' faces.
Yeah.
If it's causing this much of a problem. So please, let's keep the discussion going. Get in the comments wherever you see this. Come to me on my page if you don't like what I just said. If I just said something that was, off to the left or whatever, tell me, because I don't know. But I do know that I'm genuinely concerned with this. I'm concerned with y'all health. It wasn't Jackie O that brought this to the forefront for me. It's just been happening for years now, and I feel like more and more, the girls go get the job done. It's a quiet couple of years, and then some issues start. So, and I gotta address this too. Look, man, to get these things done the medically approved way, it's very expensive. I mean, very, very, very expensive. I know somebody who is in the high six figures with the work that she has done to her body, and she's done it with all the renowned best surgeons in the game, and she is sick. Her body is rejecting it for whatever reason. The science is not there. The research is not there. It hasn't been happening for long enough. Please don't go to damn Colombia. Please don't go to damn DR and all these other third world countries and stuff to get this done, man. Please pay attention to y'all lives. Pay attention to your mortality. It's just not that serious. And I get it that for some people, it just is. If I'm, like the woman who brought up the skin issue to me earlier, like, I didn't know what to say. That's information that I just didn't think of.
Right.
So, but if we're constantly scared to talk about it, then there's going to be no discussion.
The only way to figure it out and work with each other is have open dialogue. And if we don't, then, So, again, our thoughts and prayers go out to DC Young Fly, his 3 young children, and the loved ones and family of Jackie O. Next week on the show, we didn't talk about it this week, the fight we've been waiting for.
It's about
Crawford and Spence, the 28th of July.
Yes,
you
baby.
better not be out of town.
No.
Ant already said you got the invite.
I'm here.
Okay, Ant, you heard it. He's
here.
here.
I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm there. I've been waiting on this one.
Yes. So we'll be back next week talking about the fight. More, hopefully, Golden Knights championship.
Yes.
More Aces wins.
Yes.
And more Las Vegas sports.
Yes.
We'll see you next week on the Franchise Podcast.
Holla at your boys.
Academics are plenty, but the girls are still pretty in fashionable dresses. You know what I'm talking about. But ignorance is bliss. You ain't gotta give a damn.